Welcome back now to one of the biggest national concerns today, which is the planned hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu protest. Now, across parts of the country, in Abuja and in the southeast, all eyes are on the level of compliance, security, and the like. So now we're joined on the phone by our Abia State correspondent, Tony Ademodi, to give us the update on what the situation is like in Abia State. Good morning, Tony.
Yeah, good morning. It feels good to be with you this morning.
Yes, thank you for joining us this morning. Now, tell us what is going on in Abia State. How is the situation like? What's the environment like there?
Well, it's a bright weather condition right here in Abia, especially Abia to be precise. The people of Abia this morning woke up very well, and already the roads have seen a couple of people moving. In as much as today in the southeast is being put as a stay-at-home day, but in Abia, especially where I'm reporting from, if you go around some of the major roads in Abia, just selected movements early this morning when I stepped out from the 7 a.m. time. Saw a couple of vehicles, tricycles, just a few of them, which is usual every Monday like this, but it was being proposed that today's sit at home would be very, very serious. But as I speak to you, we still have some people moving around, some of the streets in Abia here. In as much as maybe much later in the day, we're going to have more people, come up. But for now, the movements are not too restricted. People are coming out, still monitoring what's happening, but then people are still going about their normal activities for now. That's the update, from Abia, where I'm reporting from.
All right, Tony, do you think that the Abia State people would participate in the Free Nnamdi Kanu protest, or have they started participating? And what is the security situation over there?
Well, like it has always been, most people in the southeast region have been agitating for the or demanding for the release of the Nnamdi Kanu, of course, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. It's been a case that has lingered for so long now, and I think the security situation actually, the government of the day have put in a couple of security security network that would help control the issues we have in the south. It's in Abia State, for instance. We've not had much reports of violence, lately, when as it has to do with, the protests or the release of Nnamdi Kanu. But the thing is, people, you see people seated in clusters discussing about this. A couple of people this morning has gone to the newspaper stands to probably read up the latest stories of Nnamdi Kanu. The truth is, most of the Southeasterners really want Nnamdi Kanu to be released. Some of them keep saying that he's been held for so long, and even after the Supreme Court had declared him to be set free, that the federal government is still holding free, and people are really not happy, especially in the Southeast. A bulk of people, the majority of the people, each time I speak to them, try to have conversations with them, they are also alleging, there's also some allegations alleging that Nnamdi Kanu should have been set free long ago, but that the Southeast governors are not doing enough, or the Southeast leaders are not doing enough. They've actually pointed to the fact that it took the leadership of a man from the Southwest, which is Showore, to lead this protest. They are saying that they've really not seen any Southeast leader sit where the president is and talk about Nnamdi Kanu. They keep saying that the Southeast leaders only talk about Nnamdi Kanu when the president is not seated. For every event where a Southeast leader, whether a governor or a senator or a House of Rep member, each time they want to talk about Nnamdi Kanu's case, it is not where the president is. So they're actually calling on the Southeast leaders, the traditional rulers, the governors in the Southeast, the various leaders, the senators, that if they must talk about Nnamdi Kanu, then there is need for them to sit one-on-one with the president to talk about, his release. That's just what most of the Southeasterners, Abians, are actually talking about. So let's not forget that not too long ago, each time you have the Southeast leaders or governors talk about the release of Nnamdi Kanu, what they tell you is that they are negotiating, they are speaking with the president behind closed doors and all that. The people are saying they want to see visuals, they want to see pictures, videos of them speaking with the president, to discuss about the release of Nnamdi Kanu. But then, let's wait and see what happens. The court case is still on. Let's hope that, probably Nnamdi Kanu will be let go, because most of the Southeasterners really want to see this man, being released. They've also pointed to the fact that some other persons have done worse things than him. Most of the Southeasterners or the Abians have also highlighted the fact that terrorists in the Northeast region are being given a pardon. Most of them are being the negotiations going on with them. People that are carrying guns, people that are carrying ammunitions. Whereas Nnamdi Kanu wasn't seen with any of those things, and yet the man has been held for this long. So let's hope and pray. Let's just see what happens in the coming weeks and the coming months, if Nnamdi Kanu will be released, or he will still be in detention.
All right, now, Tony, I'd like to ask you, what do you think about this idea of sit at home whenever there is a protest like this, or all these agitations for the release of Nnamdi Kanu? Would you say that this is the best option, for the cause, or to yield results, especially in the Southeast where it's most prominent?
Well, the truth, as a journalist, for me, I've been in the Southeast for a couple of years, and we all know that the Southeasterners, for a state like Abia, a couple of other Southeast states, commercially, economically, it is actually affecting the economy in the Southeast region. Take, for instance, Mondays before now, all over the Southeast used to be one of the major market days in the Southeast region. But then, ever since the sit-at-home thing started a couple of years ago, Mondays have turned into weekend. If you come to Abia, for example, in Abia State, Mondays, people now have extension of their Sundays into. So Mondays have turned into weekends for most people. So economically, it is not good for the Southeast. So I think people are getting tired of it. A couple of people, especially those who are involved in business, marketmen and women, who ordinarily should have been in their shops as we speak right now. School children who would have been in school right now. Other states, are actually students are going to school. Go to the Southwest, some states, and of course the northern region. Schools children are going to school. But if you come to the Southeast, so I think we need to find a way of resolving all these things. So whether the presidency would let go of Nnamdi Kanu, I think that's the only way this whole sit-at-home thing would end. And even if Nnamdi Kanu is released, for me, I think it's even going to take some months, for people to really realize that the Monday sit-at-home thing, won't be again. Because for now, it looks as if it's kept into the minds of most Southeasterners that every Monday now has been extended. The weekends have now been extended to Mondays, which ordinarily shouldn't be so. So for me, economically, we are the ones losing. The Southeasterners are losing. A whole lot of things have been lost, especially during this sit-at-home thing. I'm just hoping that the president, the federal government, will find a way of resolving this whole issue, so the Southeast region can once again breathe and sigh of relief and get back to how it used to be, previously.
All right, Tony. Now, we're seeing that today marks the 5 years of NSAS protests. Now, do you think that what happened then will actually happen now? What is your expectations? Do you think that the government would actually give in to what the protesters are demanding?
Well, my worry for most of the protests we've had in Nigeria is that most times peaceful protests most times end up in a violent way. Most of the protests that we've had in the country, most of the demands are not being met. I'll give you an example. Look at what's happening in other sectors. You're talking about the NSAS protest. How many years have gone by? Have those demands been met by the government? The answer is no. The bulk of those demands that led to the protest of the NSAS have not been met. Look at other sectors in the country. Look at what's happening in ASU. Look at what's happening in the Nigerian Medical Association. Look at the other sectors are passing through the same issue. So for me, most of the protests that we have in this country, the government would always not hit to the part of the people. How many times have the government, done 100% of what the protesters are demanding for? So for me, I don't know how this government will, find a way of solving all these issues. So the NSAS protest, we know lives were lost. We can remember the things that was lost at that point. So, but the truth is, those demands have they been met? Has the government met all those demands? The answer is no. So that's my worry for most of the protests we have in Nigeria. Even the protest that is ongoing right now and led by Omoriele Sowore in Abuja, is it going to end well? Are they going to record violence? I just hope that is not going to happen. Because what happens most times is that when we have peaceful protest happening, some of the politicians, some people who want to take advantage, put some bad eggs there to actually cause blame on the people. That is why most of the peaceful protests, you find people don't come out. People just get scared of the fact that if they come out to join the protest, it might end in a violent way. So for me, I think the government has got a major role to play. People are complaining. People are suffering. The economy is bad. Nigerians are passing through difficulties right now. But this protest or this demands of theirs, is the government doing enough? It looks as if it's falling on deaf ears. So that is just the problem I have with most of the protests, peaceful demonstrations we have all across the country. But then we can only hope. They say in the local balance that hope is the last. Hope is the last thing a man can think of. So for me, I think the government of the day, headed by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his cabinet members, the governors, the senators, they need to wake up. They need to do more. Let's not just talk about election. Everybody's talking about 2027. We are in 2025. We've not even gone into 2026. Campaigns are already happening. Look at every politician that goes to every venue now is talking about election in 2027. When you're not even sure if you would even be alive to see 2027. Let's talk about governance. Let's talk about how the state can get better. Let's talk about how the country can get better. Everybody's talking about the campaign from one party to the other. Are we doing the right thing in this country? The answer is no. So for me, enough of all this, audio talk. Let us walk the talk. And it falls on the government of the day.
All right.
It falls on them. Nigeria is 65 years old. Have we done enough? Every year the same problem, same thing that was talked about 4 or 5 years ago is still being discussed, right now. So I don't know. I just hope that the leaders, the president, the governors will do the right thing.
All right, thank you very much, Tony Ademodi, for that update from Abia State. Now, we'll get back to you later so that you can give us much more development of what's going on there.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. And now we'll go on a short break. When we return, we'll get much more updates from Abuja.